Well, good Wednesday evening, my friends. Coming at you from the original spot where it all started. We're going back to the original chair tonight, and y'all sit with me a minute and enjoy a pipe. I'm smoking my little tinderbox pot, and I'm finishing up a bowl of Deadwood's Sweet Jane, and it is an awesome smoke, thanks to Smoking Grandpa Bone. And it is it's a good one, so fire up your favorite pipe or cigar or whatever. Sit back and let's visit. I got a text here. It's from Bigsmokinwolf. Oh, I'll call him back here in just a minute. But anyway, I tell you what, let's make this interesting. Let's call old Big up. If we can hear him. Hello? Hey, Big? Hey, this is Kevin. I got your text a while ago, and I was right in the middle of a video, and just decided I would take a gamble and call you and see if you wanted to chat while I'm doing this little video, if it's all right.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, So
hold on a second, Kevin. I gotta let these dogs in. Hold on a second.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of unsettling around here tonight. Kind of hot outside. The air's kind of still. It's kind of foggy. They're cutting the dogs up. Well, I don't know if they're smelling something or sensing something. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just.
What's on your mind, man?
Oh, not much. I had seen where you had text. Well, I got the text while I was starting, and I didn't even read it. But I just not much. Just doing a little video and. Got a big pot of red beans and rice cooking for tomorrow night, red beans, and going to cook them up tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a big pot going.
Well, that's making me hungry.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm just kind of sitting around here tonight, hopping around like the old CA.
Yeah.
Just thinking about some things. Had kind of a rough day, but
well, I hope everything's okay with you.
Well, it's fine, man. It's fine. It's just some things I'm going through right now, but the old goat game, he kind of got to me today a little bit.
Yeah, I tell you, it's yeah, I was involved in a little bit of that as it unfolded too. He kind of, out of the blue, he up and does his sneak attack. I see where he's took all his comments down though.
Yeah, he did. It seems to be it seems to be something he likes to do. He likes to stab and run. So he made some comments today that I was a lard ass and 350 pound no good SOB and
you're kidding.
I mean, he talks about how I don't do anything and that I use my military service and my disabilities to get sent to me, and that's something I've never done unless it was with a friend on the community over the phone or DM, and I don't really get his jest on that, but that's as far as the truth as it can be, and all that stuff I put out last night, I mean, a lot of that was sincere, but a lot of that was a planned tactic as well.
Right, yeah. Well, I just I don't understand the hateful comments. I don't understand the out of the blue, here he comes back, and that's what kind of took me by surprise, and and then to do the hit and run thing again, and I don't know if he was being called out behind the scenes for some of the vile comments. I mean, he was getting pretty hateful and on there, but he's done that to me too. And he admitted, last night and all that he'd used had been using this Dong Hung Lo name and some others. He called me out and called me a fat guy and yeah, he's I'm telling you, this guy is.
neck up. So, I mean, as far as I know, he can weigh 3,000 pounds. I mean, he could just be a head on top of a whale. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
And let me tell you something. That matters nothing to me.
No,
I am a big man. I'm 6'4", 340 pounds. I mean, that's not why I'm down. Okay, I hurt myself in the military 34 or so years ago, and it's taking its toll on me. And now I've just had my knee replaced, and I'm fixing to have to have back surgery, and I'm gonna have to have hip surgery as well. So this has nothing to do with my weight or my size, and
absolutely.
I consider myself pretty fit, other than those kind of crippling things. But I mean, it's neither here nor there. I mean, that's something I have to face, something I have to do, and Mike. Let's stop calling him Mike. I'm gifted that name with Goat, and if anybody's listening out there, the reason I did that was, in his COC, COC with Dr. K, that means Church of Christ.
Right.
I look at them as a flock of sheep, and him being no more than the white lamb of the flock that has kind of strayed away from his religion, and he's taken on this persona now as a upright standing goat,
right,
with plenty of coarse hair and crooked horns, and he's going around just using everybody till he dries them up, and then I guess in a way he's trying to form another channel, or he's trying to form another community, but based on what I've seen in the last couple of days, I don't think he's got one follower out there. And if he does, he shows to have 4 subs, but Belknap is one of them, and I think that other guy there, Daniel Shore, may be another one.
Yeah.
And I just like to say for the record, just be careful, guys, because he's not what he is, and I think Philip Rivera is on his tail as well. And, I had a lot from Philip Rivera, and then he unfriended me when all this crap started with the goat, so
right.
Who knows? I mean, we don't know none of these people. We've never met them, so we don't really know how they think. And these monitors and these keyboards give people plenty of nerves. So
well, sure. You can be a lot of things sitting behind the keyboard, of a computer. And, Mike and I have talked before on the phone, and he and I are both members of the same kind of church. I attend the Church of Christ, and I can tell you, of course, there's good and bad people in every church, and there's, Mike takes the old adage that he's right, just like some of these people, and they're great people. My mom's people, I grew up in it, and, we don't think that way, but some of them are very, self-righteous. I mean, and that was the thing that got him initially mad at me, is the fact that, if he called someone out and labeled them a homosexual or a liberal or a atheist or agnostic or whatever the case may be, and, he would get on these these private messaging deals, and go around and try to, rally the troops behind these people. You should unsub them, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to be hanging around these people. And I'm not near the only one he did that to. But then when I didn't, and this is what happened to so many others, well, then he starts nipping at you then, because you didn't follow his I've got friends from all walks of life on here, from very wealthy to very poor, from straight to gay to true Christians to agnostics to some downright atheists. This is a pipe community. This is this is about the love of the leaf and the briar, and this is something that we I get off on a lot of my deals, and of course he said in one of his attacks at me today was how boring my videos had become, and that's one reason I decided to call you up. We'll just change that where it's not so boring. But I talk about my family. I talk about my business, what's going on, if I go fishing or whatever, and I've had countless people tell me that that's what they like, that's what they want to hear. And
I can tell you, I've definitely got a headache from all right today, and he's very relentless. I can tell you this, my coon-ass brother. One thing's for sure. He made one comment where he said that I never told him anything to his face. Well, I find telling somebody to their face on YouTube very hard to do now.
Right.
You know, this is not a threat in any kind of way, but I'd welcome him to come to Mississippi. I can't go to North Carolina right now, but I'd welcome him to come down here in the swamps and let's just sit on a stump and chat about it for a little while, because I really think if we were face to face, we could work things out a little bit better. But then again, you gotta consider who you're dealing with, and you certainly gotta consider his track record.
Right.
Two words that I hate more than anything. Well, actually, three words: the N word, the gay word, and the homosexual word.
Right.
I don't think those words should be used to classify people in any kind of way. Back in the old days, gay meant that you were happy. I have a lot of homosexuals in my circle, and again, that word just bounces off the wall the wrong way to me.
Right, I understand.
I have nieces that are gay, and I have some cousins that are gay as well.
Correct.
So I wish I didn't have to label them that way, but in order to get it across to you, I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's not fair to them. You know, it's the Bible, and I think it does say something about that. But surely, Kevin, I don't think we as a people or as a society or God's children or whatever we are, I think it also teaches us to get along with our fellow man and leave the judging to God.
Well, it's certainly not our place to play God and do the judging. That's for sure.
Right. And he, you know, I even went as far as to PM him last night and try once again to make some sense out of all this wrong. And the language he used and the profanity of his broken parables, living in common. I mean, it was just too much to bear. And then he had to go and tell me at the end of it, don't bother him when you back, it's going on deaf ears. So I didn't. So at that point, I decided to go ahead and put it back in the arena and let's toss it around. And sure enough, you know, I didn't put a comment there today, and it wasn't 15, 20 minutes later, the old goat had done raised that gnarly head of his up again and won another round.
And let me make something real clear before we go forward. I've had tons of good sound advice on how to deal with this guy, and I've had a lot of private messages. Many, 2 or 3 very prominent members of our community have said, you know, just ignore him. Well, you know, Big, and you have too. You know, you've tried to do it too. I've tried to ignore him. I've blocked him countless times. I have suspended, thumbs up, thumbs down. I've done it all. And, you know, it just gets to the point. And true, you know, you just keep ignoring and you keep ignoring. And then we look at where the community is at today. I mean, this thing was a big deal, and it was one of the grandest things that I ever ran across. And I can't tell you, I can name you. I'm not going to, because I don't want to bring someone's name into this thing. But I can tell you of 12 people that have told me because of him they took a standoff approach from YouTube, and there may be some that feel that way toward me, and I don't begrudge you for that. But I know of some good men who are skeptical. They don't want to get, you know, of even commenting anymore. Most of them just send. I do what I hear from them in private messages, and they, you know, because they'll get attacked on just by leaving a comment, you know, and
right.
You know.
I can tell you this, and I'm gonna say this kind of loud and clear. I've been on YouTube going on 2 years now. This coming, this month actually, I think I've been on there. You see, this month and next month I've been on 2 years. I've never made a video. I couldn't make videos because of my job.
Right.
And he's made fun of that. He thinks I'm hiding and I'm using that as an excuse. I'm not. I testified federal court and state court against major corporations. And I don't know if you know how attorneys can be, but I surely do. I work for them.
I know exactly how they can be.
And a defense or either the defense side or the plaintiff side will, depending on who you work for, the other side of that equation will dig and dig and dig and dig until he finds something where he can destroy you right in that little box inside the courtroom. So
your credibility, that's right.
Well, I really don't give a damn what that goat says or what he does, because to me, he's nothing more than, now, don't anybody take this wrong, because I know a lot of you people out there on YouTube, I comment all the time. I give you from the heart comments. Those comments are not made to get a sub. I could care less about the sub, but here's a well-known fact. I had 248 subscribers to my channel. It's not made the first video.
You must hold a record, because I don't know of anybody. That just clicked in my mind when you started talking, and I was listening to ask you, did you realize? I mean, 200 and some odd, 40 some odd subs, and never made a video. I mean, this, you've been a friend to many on here, and you truly have, and you've been one of
everybody except for the goat. The goat's the only man that I've actually attempted to slay, in a metaphoric way, to slay, and the thing about the lawn ass, the thing about the sofa, the thing about me being crippled up, and he hopes all the worst for me, and he got on there with poor diabetic man, and I don't mean that in a bad way, diabetic man, if you listen to this, when I say poor, that's just a damn old southern term we use. We look at the little girl going down the street, she's dressed beautiful, oh, look at that poor little thing. So that
right.
Doesn't mean anything. It's just that when he attacked that little precious thing of his, that little darling.
He's attacked my daughter.
I promise you, I will put her up against anybody when it comes to beauty. If he attacked that child or attacked that man the way he did,
yep.
Well, let's just leave it there. I cannot speak the words that I would have transpired in his head if I'd have had him within my reach.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
And the old guys, and I'm not talking about old crippled up old men. I'm talking about the old guys of YouTube have all left this channel. They've left it because there's a lot of newcomers that come in here and they start this. They just bought a pipe, and the next thing you know, they're the greatest aficionado in tobacco that you ever see in your life. Nothing wrong with that, but it takes time to acquire knowledge of the leaf, and it takes time to acquire the ability to smoke the pipe and smoke it correctly and enjoy it.
Correct.
And I welcome anybody new. I mean,
absolutely.
Kevin, here's one thing that really bugs me more than anything. There's a community here, okay? And there were certain people on this community that when you listen to that video, if you had that pipe in your mouth, that tobacco just smelled and tasted 100 times better.
You can, and like for instance, and I've used this guy a lot, and he won't mind, but old guy Witherspoon, he turned me on to that plum cake. I could taste that tobacco as he was talking about it. Same way with the red Rappery, and they're two of my favorites. And
right. Let me say something about Mr. Guy, and that was something else that Goat had a big problem with, is when I crowned him. Well, I didn't do it myself. Calendar and myself were discussing him one night, and I think Calendar said, he's really the dean here. He's most probably the oldest. And he's been smoking since Hitler was a private, so I mean,
right.
why not give that man a little bit of due,
right,
in his golden years? I mean, if you could have seen the response that he got.
I seen his face light up when he would talk about it.
But yeah, when I sent him that PM, and that response I got back from him, it just made my heart soar like nothing has before.
Yeah.
And I care a lot about Guy Witherspoon, because Guy Witherspoon worked for the VA. As far as I know, his whole work in life. And I know there's a lot of bad things out there about the VA right now, but trust me, it's not at the level that God was at. This is the high administrative levels
That's right.
of the VA that's causing all these problems. So I saluted him, and I saluted him on Veterans Day, and I saluted him on Memorial Day, and I'm getting kind of emotional now. And I don't really give a damn who thinks what, but that man in my book was probably one of the finest gentlemen by far I've ever met on YouTube.
Absolutely, so, I agree.
Cheers to you, guy, and we dubbed him Dean Witherspoon, and that goat wouldn't have it.
Yeah. Yep, I remember that.
And now I still do it. If you ever notice when I comment on guys' videos, I always say, Dean, how you been doing?
Right.
As I sit here and smoke this pipe with you, blah, blah, blah. And have a good day, sir. Take very good care of yourself. See you next time, Cheers, B. You know,
right.
that to me is what this community is all about. I don't mind people talking about other things. The majority of it should be about the enjoyment of this tobacco.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, I don't know, the sofa thing, the Lord ass thing, the inability for him to, you know, he comes back and he says, I reached out to you, Big, when you had your surgery. He did. It was kind of late, but he did. I think I've already had the surgery, but he did reach out. He says, I hope everything goes good for you. I'm praying for you, blah, blah, blah. And that pretty much was the end of it, because it wasn't long when I got a call from one of the community members. I'm not going to mention any names, but he got a call and told me that they had had a conversation with him, and that they was them or those or however how many people it was to unfriend me or unsub me because I had association with gay people and devil worshippers.
Right.
I don't know where that's coming from. I mean, I put some strange language on those responses today, but that was nothing more than Choctaw Indian language. I mean, I've got
right.
Choctaw Indian in me, and I follow that as much as I do the Christian religion. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I gave my time for this country. I'm not ashamed of that. Undoubtedly, he is a homosexual that's trapped in a goat body. And if he would come on out and admit that he's a homosexual, then I could take it most probably a lot better than him hiding behind that goat coat, because, like I said, I've got many, many friends, and I would fight to the death for them if I had to, that are gay, or that ugly word homosexual. I can't stand that damn word, but and I really don't like the gay word either, but I just like to know that it's either Bob or David or Sally or Mary, instead of having to pin them as a gay or homosexual. I think that's a grotesque way of talking to people, or grouping people up, you know?
Well, you know, it just, you know, that's how it all got started, was being called out for association with people he didn't deem to be upstanding people, you know, that he deemed not to be, you know. And, you know, I think about where this community was 6 months ago as to where it's at now and where it's headed.
Well, let's take it back a year when all that stuff started with Daggy and Black Metal Pipe Smoker and Alan Woods and the Bricks and all that. You know, I mean, I have many, many friends over there in England. I was stationed in Scotland for 2.5 years, and I have the utmost respect for those people, because they've always had it hard, and their society has been here longer than ours is. Their country is way, way older than ours, and their ways are much more embedded than ours. And to be quite honest with you, I've never met an enemy over there. Everybody I met over there, and it's been 30 some odd years since I've been there. There's been nothing but a friend to me, and they're friends to me now, you know. So.
Well, and I will call one more name out, and that's our friend Keith. You won't find a better gentleman than that man on YouTube.
I'm sorry.
Keith Graham. You will not find a finer, better man.
I'll tell you about Keith Graham. That is one of the most beautiful souls that you'll ever want to meet. That is an intelligent, highly intelligent.
Agreed.
And I mean, he's never got a bad. He will walk miles to avoid a confrontation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Well, you know, I hope some of the old timers will come back around. You know, and let's, you know, maybe some others have some answers as to what, you know, what to do. And I do think ignoring the situation is about all you can do. But I'm glad you set the record straight, you know, tonight. I'm glad, you know, I know you're fixing to start making videos soon, but I'm glad I'm glad I called you because it gave you an opportunity.
I'm glad you did too, Kevin. I'll tell you, it's always nice to get a phone call from a friend, and especially a Southern brother like yourself or Les. And if I get a call from overseas, it's just, it makes my day, you know. But I'm going to challenge all the old guys out there. Y'all know who you are. Come on back, and if we got to make a sub channel or a sub club or whatever we have to do, come on back, because I know I've got a lot to learn from y'all.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just some of these videos I'm seeing down here, I just pass them up, and I don't even enjoy watching them. I don't like subbing people and not getting the sub back. It's just a me community now, and I think these newcomers, or what you want to call it, they need to get over themselves and realize that this is a punch back community, and you know, we're all trying to establish a channel. We want to follow each other, and the problem is when these blokes sit here and they don't sub me back. When I do make that video, which is going to be real soon, they don't even know I made it.
Right.
But yet they want me to me them, and give them all the subs, and let their channel grow, and then they can tell us whether they ever see you or not.
Right.
So let's be frank here. I mean, let's be frank, because that is why the old guys, that coupled with the shit from the GOAT, that's a lot of what's going on here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, if you young guys are listening out there, I need no disrespect to y'all, but y'all need to step up and you need to reciprocate these subs, because that's what it's all about. It's so that we can follow each other. If you don't want to follow me, that's fine. But if you think I'm going to follow you, you got another thing coming for you.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't start one tonight for that very same thing. So I'm not a mean person. I'm a very caring person. If I had one shirt left and I thought you needed it, I would give it to you.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the way I am, Keith. I mean, Kevin, and that's never going to change.
Yeah. Well, look, Big, we're heading into nearly 29 minutes on this thing, and it's going to be a lengthy one, and I need to shut.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does when you're having fun. But I do want to say I appreciate you taking the call, and I want to tell you also thank you for your service to this country. I tell you.
Well, that was my honor. I would never change a thing. If I was able to right now, I'd sign back up today. I just want to say to all of the fighters out there, Kevin, that I enjoy everything y'all do. I appreciate everything y'all do. Y'all kind, you're giving. I know sometimes it's slow. You can't get things back as quick as you'd like to, or maybe comment on everything, but it is a good community, and I want to see all the old guys come back and let's start chatting again and making videos like we used to. That was the true YouTube fight community.
Absolutely, and I second that. We do need the old times back. Well, look, buddy, I'm just gonna have.
All right, well, Southern ass brother.
All right, good talking to you, and you have a good night, buddy, and God bless you.
Tell Miss Emily, tell Mrs. I said hello, and tell Emily to enjoy summer.
Okay, I'll do it, buddy. Have a good one, and God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, folks. I apologize about this thing getting too long, so I'm going to wrap this one up and get her downloaded. Y'all take care. Some of you old timers, come on back with us. We need you. Y'all take care, and God bless you.